Hey there, guys. Charles Junior here. I've got 5 questions for you today. First one is, what was my favorite TV show as a kid? There were so damn many, but I'm gonna have to pick one, and I'm gonna have to go with the OG on this one, and that is the Batman the Animated Series. That is was one of my favorite shows to watch. The original animated series of Batman, which led into Batman Beyond. But I prefer the original Batman, the animated series. Why does my crush not like me back? Well, if you're talking about me, I don't know you. Because you never came forward. Unless you are somebody I know, then you're a sandwich. And a troll. But if you are someone else who's asking a different kind of question, but relating to that, if your crush doesn't like you back, maybe it's because they just ain't interested. Maybe it's just like what I said, you never came up front with your feelings and who you are. You know? You gotta be up front with that. You can't just expect someone to like you, because not everybody's gonna like you. It's like I explained in past videos. If you want people to like you, you have to earn their respect. You don't know if you don't know if they like you or not if you don't go up there and ask them. You need to be up front. You need to go up and ask them. That's just the way it is. Well, this one just says, is it true? Well, what is true? What is the truth? What are you pertaining to? What is this three-lettered question asking? Is it related to something that happened 3 years ago? Or is it pertaining to something else that I discussed? How am I to know, specifically, if you don't tell me? If you don't explain your question? Am I traveling anywhere soon? You know, I'd love to. I'd love to go out on another trip. But the last time I spent a lot of money on a trip was it was in Minnesota at a resort. Was gone for like a week, supposed to be there and to fish for 3 days and then come back. Really wasn't that exciting, to be quite honest, and it cost me $1,200 to go. And I was right by the Canadian border as well. I mean, it was a nice trip overall. It was just a disappointment when it came to fishing. We had one good day. The second day, we didn't even go fishing because the people that I was with, that I got put with, plus the tour guide, didn't want to get wet in the rain. Didn't want to go fishing in the rain. And how I understood it, nobody was really allowed to go out on another boat without having to pay extra money. So I basically sat in a cabin for 4 or 5 hours until it was time to, because even the meals were planned. So just waited till it was time to, till it was supper time. Then after that, went to sleep, got up to go fishing the next day. To have breakfast and go fishing the next day. And then after that, it was basically pack up, go home. That's basically the last trip, the actual trip I went on. I mean, any other time that I did go somewhere was I went to, this was back in 2018. I think back in 2018 and 2019, I went to the same convention twice because I didn't think I could afford a plane ticket to go to a bigger convention, and I went to a smaller convention that I could actually drive to that was about 3 hours away, and it was in a hotel, and I stayed there. It was pretty nice. I met some people. I met quite a few people there. If you were to choose to play any game, anywhere, any location, for a pure nostalgia, what would it be and where? Hopefully I'm understanding this question correctly, because any game, I don't know, you're saying video game for nostalgia, or are you saying any sport or basically any game? That's a really good question. If it was video game, it would most likely, the top choices would be Ark, Survival Evolved, obviously, on any map. If you were to say a video game also, would be Pokemon, that'd be Kanto. There's so many routes I could go with this, but there's so many to choose from. Game. If you weren't talking about video games, D&D would probably be a choice, because I played a lot of TTR RPGs, but D&D was one that I've never played. It ain't like I don't have the rule books or anything like that. I just never legitimately played. I would definitely go to places that run their own games. Certain locations, I'm not gonna disclose places near where I live, obviously, but or a couple hours from where I live, obviously, but farther away places. That's the thing. It also includes being social, and being social is something I'm not very good at. So hopefully I understood the question. Because another video game I could possibly think of would be Street Fighter. Because man, I played a lot of Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo back then. Played a lot. Hadouken! That was an old favorite. I'm walking around circles on my front porch, being really weird right now, but I'm trying to think of what other games do you mean with that question. Because if you're talking shooters, the obvious shooter I would most likely choose would be Destiny, but yet Destiny is also like bacon. It's good for a while, but eventually you get tired of it, especially when you have to spend over $200 for every time a DLC or expansion or whatever comes out. So, there's so much. If it revolves around survival, fighting, or RPG, something like that, that's something definitely what I'd most likely go for. Any location. I mean, I would definitely try stuff in Japan if I was able to go. If I had any time, I'd definitely go to Japan and try any game there. Just for the new experience, to be honestly. But I think that's all the questions for today. I think I'm tired of running around circles. I got some other stuff I gotta go do. So, peace.